Okay, you're in the right spot if you're trying to figure out how to get a floor prepped for sanding and restaining. Well, I'm going to show you just how to do that. I've already got a video on how I tore up this carpet and how I did all that. I'm going to show you a couple of tools and then take you in close for a better look. Using a hammer, pliers, this little hook tool to get under the staples if you need to, and this little deal, this little rabbit's foot thing, claw. So what we got here, you can see there's staples like this staple right here, and there's just problem spots, nails in the floor. These tack strips I already took up. I've removed the tack strips all around. You can see kind of the mess that's going to be scraping around that floor there. There's still staples that I got to take out, like this one right here and right there and right there. I'm going to show you how I do a whole section of this, but you're going to have to clean, scrape, vacuum all this area. There was just all kinds of stuff down there. You're going to have to get it flat, okay? You can see right here, I've got an area where I'm going to have to fill in a spot there. Probably going to use some spray foam or something like that down that edge. The baseboard might even cover it, but I'm going to put spray foam in that. You can see this is just the condition of the floor. We're going to get this shining up really nice. Here's what a row of staples would look like right here. It's going to look like that, where they're going to be staples all the way down in lines. There was one right here, one down the center. I've actually already mopped this floor. It did look worse than this. But here's the section that I'm going to be showing you. I'm going to remove all of these staples right here and these tack strips. And I'm going to show you how I do all this. And then I'm going to continue and do the rest, finish out this whole room just the same way. But if you can figure out how to do this little section, you can figure out how to do the whole room. It's just a matter of getting down there and doing it. So let's see how I do this. got here, you've seen how we got the staples out, how we got the tack strips out. I did that all around this whole room. I've got my baseboards pre-cut all the way around the room. I've swept and shop vacked, got all the metal off the floor, scraped it, made sure we're clean here and everything. I'm ready to sand. So all you do, I went out and got this little machine. It was $45 for half a day. It comes with this little bag that collects dust in it right here. It just clips in like that. This is an adjustment thing for however tall you are. I'm going to start with this and see how that goes. And it has a cord right here, but on the bottom side, there's this little brown thing. You had to buy this separate. So all this stuff, this little brown pad thing, and all it does is it sticks on here. This is really rough. This is a really rough edge thing. You just stick this on there, and it just sticks. So you do that, and then you get the sandpaper. I got 2 different sandpapers. They were also there at the rental place. I went to Midtown Rentals here, but wherever you're located, just go to your place, and they should have all this stuff, and they can go over it with you. One's rougher for the first pass, and one's a little bit less rough for the second pass for the finishing. All I'm doing is peeling this paper off. And I'm going to stick it on here. Things are getting real. I've got on my mask and my safety hat. Let's go to work. Okay, I'm going to push these buttons around and see what happens. So here's what the floor looks like sanded. I think it turned out really nice. The floor is a little low back here. I'm actually going to put the trim on this wall and then attach the trim to that wall, but not attach it in the corner. And then eventually I'll make a video probably on how to jack this up, and then I'll link it in the corner once it's all jacked up. That's how I'll know when to stop jacking on this back wall. But everything else, the trim looks good. I've got it all sanded. It looks clean. I've got the staples out. You can see the grain in the wood. It looks really nice. I'm going to show you now what I do. I'm mopping. I'm going to go ahead and mop today, and then tomorrow I'm going to start putting this clear coat gloss on, so stick around. Alright, all I'm doing here is I've got a cheap roller. I've used this one on several houses now, and a little stick that I got on Amazon. This was $15 on Amazon. It extends twice like that, and I'm going to lock that in place. Screw this in right here. And I've got this. These are for siding, porches, walls, these little rollers. Stains and primers, paint, exteriors. It's like a carpet almost. This is the product. From Lowe's, the product that I'm using. take my metal pan right here. Nothing special. And we're gonna need a paint stick opener, so I'll be right back. Open. And you're not supposed to shake it, you're supposed to stir it. Never shake it. Read your can, I guess. And you want to do this as fast as you can and just get out of the house and go home, alright? It can be cancerous, you're not supposed to breathe it without a mask and no ventilation. I have no mask and no ventilation, so I'm going to buff it up and we're going to get it on. This with this roller and that setup, no ventilation. I would suggest opening a window, but I can't because mine's nailed shut and I got a whole project on that alone. So we're gonna go in here. I'm gonna set you down. This is what it looks like dry. It's beautiful, old, 80-year-old floor. And I'm gonna set you down and show you what this looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like. It's gonna look a lot better once it dries. This stuff is pretty powerful. I can feel it in my lungs, my head. I'm gonna get out of here. That's what this looks like. And what we'll do, whew. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna stand out here, but once you get that covered, it'll wear you out because you're gonna be going pretty fast. I did that in about 15 minutes. You're in a time-lapse mode, but that took me about 13 to 15 minutes to do all of that. And now I'm outside, and we'll let that dry for 24 hours. Here on the porch, round 2, flipped it over on both sides, done 2 coats on each side. These are the trim boards. They're just rough 2x4s and with 45-degree angles and straight cuts. Well, there's a 45 right there, but I got straight cuts like this in the corners where the corners meet together. And I'm putting 2 coats of clear gloss on this. And right now I am taking a little break, and I just removed the 2 posts in the yard, and I'm working on this stump and mowing. So that's how I get my mower on the porch, for anyone that's curious about that. Okay, and tomorrow is the big day. I'm gonna put the trim on and get a little video, and we'll see what it looks like after 2 coats. Hey, I am proud to present this $150 floor. I spent 3 days on this, and this is how it turned out. And I've got my baseboards on, my door. I've got a doorway entry right here that is doorless. And I've got a video on both of these, how I did that. I'm about to make a video on this closet. So there's the floor. Hopefully this video was helpful. And I'm happy. Like I said, I was about to spend $650 on carpet, but not anymore, because I've got this floor looking good for $150 in 3 days.